There is so much that is out there in the world for what makes a good job post. How am I going to attract talent? As we all know, the dental industry is really suffering from a shortage of qualified applicants. So we really do want to stand out in the crowd.
This is Dental All Stars, where we bring you the best in dentistry on marketing, management, and training. Here's your host, Alex Nottingham.
Welcome to Dental All Stars. Our guest is Robyn Reis. Robyn is the Director of Hiring at All Star Dental Academy. She is also a certified HR consultant with Ben Erickson and Associates and a guest faculty at the Pankey Institute. She helps hundreds of practices with practice administration, marketing, HR, hiring, and team culture. The topic of this podcast is the 4 principles of crafting a dental job posting. Now, in our last episode, we talked about the 10 elements of a dental job description. Remember, we have a 5-part series of the 5 steps of dental hiring, and we're going to cover in each episode a different element. And last episode, dental job description. This episode is going to be the dental job posting. Please welcome Robyn.
Hi, Alex. Good to be back.
Review a little bit for me what we covered last time, and we'll put a link in the show notes for the prior episode, which was the dental job description. What's that quickly? How does it lead into the dental job posting? Because we're really excited. We want to post the job. Let's do it.
You bet. So we talked about the foundation of dental practices is having that personnel manual. It really helps establish that relationship between the employer and the team members. The step 1 of dental hiring is having a job description. What does it mean to be a dental assistant or a dental hygienist or a front office team member in your practice? We call this the recipe for success, and this is really what guides you through all future interactions with this particular role in the job posting, who we're trying to look for to that has the characteristics and traits that will be successful in our practice, and also future growth opportunities in the practice, performance reviews, coaching conferences. All of that really is wrapped up in that well-written job description.
And now we have the job posting. Tell me.
The job posting. So there is so much that is out there in the world for what makes a good job post. How am I going to attract talent? As we all know, the dental industry is really suffering from a shortage of qualified applicants. So we really do want to stand out in the crowd. And there are really 4 principles that we use at All Star Hiring to help create those job postings. The first principle is understanding what are job seekers looking for? And that is to be concise. You don't want to write this huge, long job posting. You certainly don't want to copy and paste and put the job description in the job post. You want to make it compelling, but you also want to keep it concise. Research has shown that 150 words for mobile applications is the ideal amount of information. And we have found writing job posts between 250 and 300 words is our sweet spot. It is providing enough information for the applicant to look and say, wow, I want to work for that practice. I can do the job and I'm going to apply. So again, the first principle is to make sure it's concise and well written and speaks to what the applicant is going to be looking for. The second principle is not to get too casual. I've seen some posts that are, really funny or snarky, or, if you make apple pie really well, then you belong on our team, something fun, cutesy. People who are looking for a job, they certainly want to have fun, and yet they're also looking for that professionalism. So ideally, you want to first describe who you are as a practice. And then what is the job? What are you looking for? How big is your team? Are you a fun team? Are you a professional team? Etc. Then you want to describe some of the roles and responsibilities that this person is going to have to do so that the applicant can think to themselves, can I do this job? Do I have these skills? And then you're going to answer the third principle, which is what's in it for me as an applicant? Over 50% of employed people right now, according to the latest LinkedIn job research, are actively looking for a job, and they're currently employed. So if they're going to make the jump, they want to know, I'm going to make that move for a better opportunity. Over 90% say they change jobs for a better work balance. So am I going to go from a 5-day work week to a 4-day work week? Do I get benefits? Am I going to increase my pay? Because that's the number one reason people start to look for a job, is to increase their income. But again, answering that third principle is to answer what is in it for the applicant. So you always want to include hours and days of the week that they're going to work, any special treats that they're going to get, and all the benefits that they're going to receive. And finally, what the fourth principle will be is, define what success looks like, so that, again, as the applicant is looking through a bunch of job opportunities, because there are a lot of dental practices hiring right now, what's going to separate you and differentiate you is what's in your job posting. So you have to define success on what, the successful candidate will have these traits and be able to do these things. And exchange for your amazing awesomeness, you're going to get a 3-day work week or a 4-day work week with full benefits. And you outline that for the applicant so that they want to hit that apply button. So going back to the 4 principles is be concise, be friendly, but be concise. We know the sweet spot is around 250 to 300 words. You want to make sure that you clearly define what it is you're looking for. You don't want to get too casual. You want to be fun, but you also definitely want to be professional. You want to answer what's in it for me for the applicant. And then you want to define, what does success in your practice look like?
What are some common mistakes that you see in job postings?
A lot of times we see the copy and paste of the job description right into the post. A lot of times we also see key elements are missing. They do a great job at saying what the job is, but they don't say anything about who we are as a practice or where can I learn more. They also sometimes don't get really clear about what the work schedule is going to look like. And if there's any deal breakers that need to be known before an applicant applies. I've also seen job descriptions. Hey, we're looking for a hygienist, no team huddles, no rah-rah, team meetings, full benefits and top pay. Please apply. That's concise, but does it really say who they are as a practice? What truly is the position? What are the hours? If I have childcare and I have to, be to work by 6 a.m. and my childcare doesn't open until 6:30, that's not a good match. So not having enough information for an applicant to say, yes, that sounds like a practice I want to work for and I have those skills, I'm going to press apply.
Where are the best places to post jobs?
We find most success on the Indeed job boards, anything dental related, Dental Post, I Hire Dental. We also have great success on local Facebook pages that are dedicated to dental professionals. And of course, the unspoken referral source, and that is your current team members, is asking them, and maybe your dental suppliers, asking them who they might know that would be interested. Now, for the licensed and certified position, it really is more difficult to ask for a referral from a dental supply rep. But for your front office, customer service, forward-facing positions, gosh, if you have a great waiter or server at a restaurant who has awesome hospitality, hand them a business card and ask if they've ever considered a career in dentistry or any other administrative treatment coordinator, insurance coordinator, business office type positions that don't necessarily need that licensing and that radiology certification. Ask people that you encounter in everyday experiences and encounters, what would you consider, or how would you consider a career in dentistry fitting into your lifestyle? Let me tell you more about the practice I work for. I've also handed out my business cards so many times in the toothpaste aisle at the grocery store for patients, but also I've gotten into conversations in line for different things about, oh, you're in dentistry? Tell me more. That kind of thing. So, be open to non-traditional ways of always be hiring.
Yeah, always be hiring and always be training. That's our
Yes.
philosophy. I remember
Yes.
years ago when I was working for my father's practice, I was at PetSmart, and there's this wonderful young lady at the counter, and I recruited her to answer the phones. And for all those you all have to know my story, but part of the story, I talk about how I took my father's practice from 1 million to 2.4 million in 18 months. But there's a key component I have to give credit to. That's Heather, our VP of training, our phone skills instructor. She was my wife. She was a Bloomingdale's, in theory, sales manager and trainer. And we took her from there, no experience in dentistry, brought her into dentistry. She learned it pretty quickly. Now, mind you, that she had no training, because we didn't, who trains back then in dentistry? I mean, even now, it's like you throw them in there, you hope they figure it out. There was no All-Star Dental Academy. And that was part of the reason why we built All-Star. She's like, look, at Bloomies, they train us exactly what to do, exactly what to say. There's nothing like that in dentistry. So 10 years ago, we built All-Star Dental Academy, and that provides you the phone training, how to handle scheduling, broken appointments, everything in practice management is discussed there. Those skills, those systems that are not provided in dentistry, they're done in retail because they know that's how they are able to onboard the proper personnel. Dentistry is so haphazard, and that's part of the issue here. So wrapping up the fact that a great example of bringing somebody from retail and they became a superstar, helping to double the business, really shows you how you can think outside the box. It also shows you, she had patience and she had buy-in because it was me and her father-in-law, right? But the more, and we'll get to this later in the 5th step about onboarding, don't even get me started there, but dentists are haphazard with a lot of things. And no wonder, they don't know better. They're not trained to do this, and they have a disadvantage. They have to be CEO and do dentistry. It's exhausting, and it's not what they love to do, the business aspect in general. So tell me about the hiring service.
Just like dentists, have a passion for dentistry and patient service, we have a passion for finding talented, quality team members and connecting them with practices that align with their vision and values. And you already mentioned it, Alex, what I'm most proud of, our team does have previous experience sitting in a seat in the dental practice, whether it's a dental hygienist, a dental assistant, an office manager, a front office person. We have sat in that seat before. And so I think that gives us the competitive edge on finding talented team members. So our process is much like any practice would recruit on their own. Using the job description, we craft the job post, we place it, we review the resumes, we identify those applicants that we feel based on what the practice has shared with us. So we really do get to know the practice we're working with. We do our own research. We take a look at the demographic in the marketplace. We can advise on, gosh, your offering for salary is lower than the average in your marketplace. You might want to increase that to attract better talent. So we make some recommendations in that regard. We interview via phone first, then Zoom interview because we want to see how they interact. And then finally, we help with the in-person interview so that the practice gets to make the most informed decision on applicants that have applied. We also help with making the offer. We do background checks, we'll verify employment, and we help with the onboarding.
And
so we do all of that and take that time burden off the office manager and the dentist.
And you also, if requested, do personality profiles as well.
We do. Yes, absolutely.
Wow. It's so much that you have done. It's just simply amazing. Well, Robyn, thank you for helping teach us the 4 principles of crafting a dental job posting. Thank you for helping us with the job description in the prior episode. In the next episode, we're going to look at dental interviewing. Thank you again, Robyn. And please remember to follow us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Until next time, go out there and be an all-star.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Dental All-Stars. Visit us online at allstardentalacademy.com.